statutory differences between India, Europe and USA. Before starting that, going into the details of the differences, we will just see the brief about the patent system in these different countries, that is India, USA and the European Union as such. If you see USA scenario, the first patent statute, it was enacted. The object of that was that an act to promote the progress of useful arts. There were only 7 sections and the patent term at that time was 14 years. The patentable subject matter considered was any manufacture, engine, machine or device or any improvement there is in a not before known or used. It was considered for the patent. After US became a signatory to the Paris Convention, it enacted Sherman Act of 1890 and the Evarts Act of 1891. This Sherman Antitrust Act was the first federal act and it was approved on 2nd July 1890. Now, the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890, it was the first measure passed by US Congress to prohibit trust. In 1952, the new structure of Patent Act took place. Now, at present, when we go and see the details of the Patent Act of USA, it is Title 35 of United States Code. So, Title 35 of United States Code deal with the what we can say the all things about the patent. So, this is about the USA. What about EU, that is European Union? In UK, 2 different systems coexist. One is the regional level and the other is at a national level. This EPC system works at a regional level and it covers 38 European states including United Kingdom. So, when we think about a European Union, it includes total 38 countries. So, whenever we are applying patent, we are applying in European Patent Office, that is this is a union of 38 states in Europe, right. Now, it is an intergovernmental organization and it was set up in October 1977. Okay. Now, this EPC has 2 bodies, one is a executive level and other is a administrative. So, we can say that title for that 2 bodies is European Patent Office Executive and European Patent Organization Administrative. Now, it provides a uniform filing procedure to an inventor seeking patent protection in 38 European countries. So, it just like in Africa also there is a ARIPO. So, similarly here in Europe it is a European Union and there you are applying the patent, and then after that you can just think about which country out of that 38 you want a protection and then you can proceed for the taking that protection in that particular country depending on the market again. Okay. So, UK is also a national legislation for grant of patent and it is also a part of obviously a European Union. Now, moving further, when we see, we have seen USA, we have seen Europe. In Europe it is a European Union, in USA now it is a what we can say the 35, Title 35 is taking care of patent. What about India? We have already seen details about a Indian patent system, but to give you a little bit idea how that Indian patent system evolved, history is back 150 years. Earlier India followed British Patent Act, where it was British were ruling and we were following that British Patent Act. It was applied with subsequent amendments and then you can see, if you see this history now, just see this history here and you can see that how it has evolved. In 1856 it was based on British patent law, then it was further evolved, it was in 1883 as a Protection of Inventions Act. In 1888 it was like the Inventions and Designs Act. Then in 1911 the title was like a Indian Patent and Design Act 1911. Okay. Now, after independence it introduced a bill in the parliament in the year 1965 and it was passed and the act whatever we are following now, it is a Indian Patents Act 1970. Now there were few amendments after that, that is from after 1970. It was in 1999 the first amendment, after that happened, that after that 1970. In 1995 India became a signatory to the TRIPS, right. What is the TRIPS? TRIPS is a trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. Now once you become a signatory, you have to follow the whatever the guidelines are given by the TRIPS. So it became obligatory for India to include the provisions of the TRIPS, right. And therefore the act, that is Indian Patents Act 1970, it was amended in 2002 and then in 2005 subsequently to fulfill the TRIPS obligations. The timeline is given, considering developing countries, a timeline up to 2005 is given, and accordingly India then amended, and first amendment done in 2002, second amendment done in 2005, then mailbox provision and all that facilities were available at that time. Now nothing like that is available, everything is now included according to TRIPS guidelines, and new amended act is followed.